Dan Anderson in Oxford, starting the Global Associate Meeting. I think that we got the times right because we've had British summertime and stuff, but it should be now, shouldn't it? So we have some very, very kind of exciting overall news to share with you. So for those of you who are not familiar with this call, this is kind of our weekly pulse beat. This is when we share with people out in the field in our wider markets what's going on in the business. And so like today, we have people from the UK and from Pakistan and from Germany and from Finland, I see there. We have Sweden on the call. We have Ireland on the call. Oh, I should know. Oh, that's Slovenia there, I think. And we have a slew of countries that I don't even know where they're from, these people. Oh, Jean-Claude. So there's some people from France and from Reunion and from Guadeloupe. And we have people from Russia. Welcome and nice to see you. We have people from Turkey on the call. We have people from India and Egypt on the call. And I mentioned Germany, I'm sure I did. We have USA as well, and Trinidad, I think. And just going through, and oh, Canada on the call as well, so that's fantastic. So welcome all, and let me give you the update in English. I've just done this call previously here in Chinese, but in the overall scheme of things, we are in a very, very good place. The business has gone through, and in the last 2 weeks, we've created almost 30 associates in our compensation plan. We've had 3 directors again in the last 2 weeks. So everyone has been pushing and working really hard towards qualifying for our Mauritius incentive, and absolutely fantastic to see. We have the digital market service, we have Leo Gold, we have general news, products, events and timeline to go through. But we also have some kind of sad developments with the bigger you get, it seems like the more you have to deal with grit between the panes of glass and people trying to take what's not there, etc. So we've got an ongoing legal case. We're going to court this week, and our lawyers are extremely confident about our position. But it is what it is. We've also seen some old friends join competitive businesses, and we were speaking to some of our Chinese, and Rengu Liu Ming Yanggu Li Sheng, which means basically wherever you go, you leave traces and you build your reputation, and that reputation, for good or bad, follows you from where you go. So it's kind of a case that you come into a business, you get honor and respect, and then you think that travels with you if you do disreputable things, and that is not the case. Leadership is about time showing you over time who you are, and you kind of, everyone gets exposed. So our fundamental business position on this is that we have to protect the wider business. We have to look after the individual members. Our commitment is that we will be here in 3, 4, 5 years time, so that all of you who are building a business, you have a business to have built for, if you like. The money games and the scams that come through, the ill-founded ideas, the short-term thinking, all of those things does enormous damage to people's hopes and their dreams. And our commitment in Leo is to make sure that we do the tough choices, that we make the tough calls, because we have to protect the longevity of the business. So in China, for instance, we've got people that we have been incredibly good to, where we allow them to transfer their positions to their sons, etc., and then they suddenly join another competitive business with people that at that time they didn't respect, and they start to cross-line recruit and try to pitch people in Leo to join their business, etc., 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 etc. What we've launched in China is something called the Golden Finger Award. So that if someone tries to attack your business, we want to hear about it, and we will give you a thank you for taking a leap of faith, because no one likes to be the whistleblower. No one likes to do this sort of thing. Well, this guy cross-line recruit my people. So we have this for the Chinese market, and it's part of the vigilance that we have to be. We have to be like a lion to protect the pride. We have to be like a lion to protect the young people, and that's what we believe in. And time will prove who is still here in 5 years' time. We have ongoing threats from different businesses, and usually they're short-term scams, and they're built on a business idea that doesn't have a great deal of substance and depth, and they have a compelling story with rising prices of this and sliders of that in the back office, where the things will only go up in value instead of building something genuine. So we will see. In the meanwhile, our people are extremely excited to have qualified for Leo Carnival in Mauritius. This trip, and this incentive trip, is the first time in Leo's history where we've had a totally sold out event. Everyone is qualified, and there's not a single room left now that the allocations have been done. So if you qualified for Mauritius, I congratulate you, because it's a big achievement, and you will only be in the company of other qualifiers. There's no buy-ins left anymore. There's been a small allocation for that for a couple of people that told us early on that they wanted to qualify for, or wanted to buy in for that because they were working on other things. But 100% of the rooms reserved for the members qualifying have now been gone, and so a huge congratulations to all of you to do this thing. Now, I've just come back 2 weeks ago from Reunion, which is an island right next door to Mauritius, and I've got to tell you that they have something going on right down there. These islands are like paradise. They are just these beautiful, pristine, virgin islands with fantastic people, and because they live in isolation, they somehow make multicultural work. So you've got Muslims and Hindus and Christians and all of these different cultures and religions working together, living together in absolute harmony. Now, for those of you who come there, you will get that sense, I'm sure. But I am really inspired by these islands down there, because there's kind of a joy of life and a rich environment and a beautiful environment where our members are staying, and to have a resort that we have fully booked out for Leo, where we will just have 7 days in paradise for us and our members and our families, is fantastic. We are looking for nominations for those of you who want to take your spouses and children. You have to let us know for these before the end of November, and if we don't hear from you before the end of November, we'll assume that you don't want to share your room with anyone, and we will have no view on that. That's good for you and all up to you, but that's all fine. Now, the digital marketing service is going extremely well, and of course that is on the backbone. I was just looking right now on the price of Bitcoin at $7,300 this morning. Over the weekend it peaked at 7,600, so it's very volatile. We have 9 days left before the Sequit fork, which most people are treating like a little bit of a dividend. So I am absolutely convinced that the price of Bitcoin will go up for the next 9 days, and will certainly go to 8,000, and who knows how much higher. I'm not a market predictor, but I'm very enthusiastic about the Bitcoin holdings that we have. So the digital market service is feeding right into that, because there's a lot of people that are recognizing what Bitcoin is, but they don't know how to participate. And to set up your own mining is complicated. To sign up for an exchange account is complicated. And so we think that our members have an opportunity that we want to give them as an internal product, where we can help them to access the thing that is changing our times more than anything else, namely Bitcoin, and of course later Ethereum as well. At the end of the day, the market service that we're doing is an all cost included way where we will use our experience of mining to mine altcoins and cash them into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the projections that we've got, if we analyze the last 3 months, is extraordinary. And not only will you get into a rising asset, you'll also be getting the benefit of the experience that we've gained in mining over the last 3 years now, almost 4 years. So it's kind of a great value proposition all around. Very, very enthusiastic about it, because I think this is the thing where the aunts and the uncles can access this service, and even if they don't fully understand the digital space, you have a very, very strong story. And if you think that you purchase this service, you gain back assets that more than cover for the cost of it, and then you're involved in something that potentially could rise higher and higher and higher, it is just a very, very cool thing. Now, this is an internal product for our members only, and the full description of the service, the terms and conditions, the explanatory videos is all available in the back office. So this is not something that we're facing outwards with. This is something that is for our members only. But of course, with 300,000 members, we have a lot of people that might be interested in that, and that seems to be the case. Now, the interest that we're getting and the sales that we're getting of this is letting us, forcing us